What's up, guys? Today we're not vlogging. Today I'm not vlogging. Today I decided that I want to sit down and have a chat with you guys about my English learning process. I assume that you watch my videos, and if you watch my videos, you know that when you look at my videos, every single one of my videos, you will see a routine. You will see a pattern. When it comes to learning a language, the most important thing that you need is you need to have a pattern, you need to have a routine. What I mean by that is, for instance, in every single one of my videos, actually I do the same thing. I do the same things. Like in every single one of my videos, you see me having my breakfast while watching something. I'm gonna have my breakfast while watching Cillian Murphy. I will watch Kennedy's video while I'm having my breakfast. So first things first, I'm gonna watch the first 15 minutes of the Gone Girl while I'm having my breakfast. I'm gonna have my breakfast while watching Kennedy, and after having my breakfast, I'm gonna start to practice with Kennedy. First of all, I'm gonna have my breakfast while watching a YouTube video. And you see me, going outside while listening to something. I'm going to one of my favorite spots in Istanbul, and now while I'm on the way, I'm gonna listen to this podcast. Right now I listen to a podcast between good and evil. I really like Charlotte's podcast, and anytime I go outside, I take a walk, I listen to a podcast or something in English, and I've been doing this for the past 5 years. I always make sure to listen to something in English, even if I understand or not. I always listen to something in English because that's my habit, That's kind of like part of my life. I can never stop doing that. Hey guys, I'm on a walk right now and I'm listening to Billie Eilish, Vanity Fair right now. I took off the headphones. Basically, anytime I go on a walk, anytime I spend time in public or let's say I'm on the subway to work or to university. Let's say, I'm going to work, wherever I am, I always listen to something in English. You see me having my dinner while watching something. Hey guys, now I'm gonna watch Bohemian Rhapsody while I'm having my dinner. Now I'm gonna have my dinner and I'll see you guys with shadowing. It's time to have my dinner, and while I'm having my dinner, I'm gonna watch Better Call Saul. Recently I've been watching Oppenheimer again and again, this is my maybe 4th time watching it. And you see me every single night before I go to bed, I do my shadowing. Guys, I will do shadowing right now.
It's just weird when your life literally just changes.
It's just weird when your life literally changes.
Of course, Jack is so elusive. He's like, yeah, I know, J.J. Abrams, we're friends. I was like, well, then you must come.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, J.J. Abrams, we're friends. Then you must come.
Okay, my controversial opinion on the matter.
So my controversial opinion on the matter.
Wearable tech will only get broad usage.
Wearable tech will only get broad usage.
My mom came down and we had a birthday celebration. It was really great.
My mom came down and we had this birthday celebration and it was really great.
They took 2 pairs. One pair was just out on the concrete.
They took 2 pairs. One pair was out on the concrete.
My vaccination card was on the concrete. Thank God.
My vaccination card was on the concrete. Thank God they did not take that. In every single one of my videos, I do the same things. And the reason why I show you guys the same things again and again is because when it comes to learning a language, you need to have a pattern. You need to have a routine. Okay? Routine is the most important thing when it comes to learning a language, because the real problem with learning language is no matter how hard you work, I see so many people, many people start learning language or whatever you want to do in your life with so much passion, with so much motivation, and they're like, oh my god, I want to work so hard, I will work so hard, I will learn English, I will learn English in a very short amount of time, I will work so hard, I will do my best. So many people, they start to lose their motivation halfway through their English learning process. So the reason is because you don't have a pattern, you don't have a routine. Working so hard will never get you where you want to be. But having a routine and sticking to that routine every single day will pay off in the long term. So basically you need to see the bigger picture here. You need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. You need to think about like, if I do that every single day, like imagine that, you know, you're watching something for 15 minutes while you're having your breakfast. 15 minutes, okay? And every single day you go to work or you go to school, let's say, you spend 30 minutes on the way work, and you spend another 30 minutes on the way back home. Basically you spend in total an hour on the road, on the way, okay? Every single night while you're having your dinner, you watch something in English again for 15 minutes, another 15 minutes, that means an hour and 30 minutes, and you do shadowing, let's say every single day for 40 minutes or 30 minutes. That means you at least expose yourself to English for 2 hours on a daily basis every single day. So that means you expose yourself to English 60 hours a month without even studying. The most important advantage of having a pattern and having a routine is there are two really big advantages of having a pattern and having a routine. First of all, when you have a routine, when you have a pattern, you never think about what you're gonna do tomorrow or what you're gonna do, like, you know, the day after tomorrow, because you have a routine. You're on an automatic mode. You do every single thing automatically. You don't think about what you're gonna do. This is the first thing. The other thing is you stay in the mood. Maintaining your motivation is very important, because motivation comes and goes. Your excitement comes and goes. That will always happen to you. But once you have a routine, once you stick with your routine, no matter how you feel, you will never give up on learning English, because you have a routine. You're in an automatic mode. The reason why I always watch something in the mornings, you know, and also when I go outside, I listen to something. It doesn't matter if I understand what I listen to. Like, you might come up with excuses like, Arsan, when I'm on the way, when I am traveling to work, when I'm in my car, when I'm on the subway, when I can understand the things that I listen to. You don't need to understand what you listen to while you're on the way. The main reason why you're doing this is because you try to stay in the mood. You need to have this mindset, thinking like, okay, I learn English, I keep learning English. Watching people and listening to people who speak English fluently, like native speakers, listening to watching Casey Neistat, like, seeing those people make me wanna, oh my god, Arsen, I wanna speak like this. Look how Kennedy speaks. You can't speak like her. You can't speak the way she speaks.
So why do they make sweaters itchy?
Or look how Lucy Boynton speaks. I always told myself, yes, this is the level that I'm trying. This is the level that I wanna get to. I need to keep practicing. Even though I don't care about speaking like a native speaker, I need to be more fluent and I need to speak better. So this is the vibe that I get from them. So this is what I feel when I watch their videos, and that all keeps me motivated. That always keeps me going, you know. Basically, my purpose by watching things while I'm having my breakfast or dinner, or listening to things when I go outside, is not learning English, is motivating myself. The other very important thing about learning English process is, if you watch my videos, I don't do so many things about learning English. Like, I always have my scripts, right? I only practice with my scripts. I don't do anything else to learn a language.
Those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings.
Those of you who have 20/20 vision, count your blessings.
Like, that feels horrible. I had a very fun weekend. Some might say a little too fun.
I had a really fun weekend. Some might say a little too fun.
She's living with a woman named Susan. She's pregnant with my child, and she and Susan are going to raise the baby.
And you knew about that?
She's living with a woman named Susan. She's pregnant with my child, and she and Susan are gonna raise the baby together. And you knew about this?
Look! I cleaned! I did the windows, I did the floors.
Look, I cleaned. I did the windows, I did the floor. 6 years ago, when I started learning English, I was so overwhelmed because of the sources that I had for learning English, right? I mean, there are so many apps that you can learn English with. There are so many things that you can do to learn English with. But I was so confused because I was so overwhelmed. I was so confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. So what I did was I narrowed down my English learning process to only one simple source: scripts. Learning English process needs to be very simple and easy. What I mean by that is, for instance, I only practice with my scripts. I don't use any app for learning English. Like, I don't follow any Instagram page for learning English or any teacher for learning English. I don't follow any YouTube videos about learning English. I only have one source, my scripts, and I stick to my scripts. And even when I practice with my scripts, like when I first started learning English with friends, like I learned English with friends. I didn't learn English with the 10th season of Friends, or I didn't learn English even with the first season of Friends. I learned English with the only first, 15 episodes of Friends from the first season. And that was it. In my previous videos, guys, I've shared this before with you. Like Friends, beginner level, I learned English with Friends for like 6 to 8 months. And in average, like in every single episode, there were like more than 100 words that I didn't know at the time. And if you think about it, like in total I learned 1,000, I don't know if you can say that. In total I learned 1,800 words with Friends. And I was like, Arsen, okay, you will learn English with Friends for like 6 months or 8 months, and you will only work with Friends. And you will only work with the first 15 episodes of Friends for like 6 months, and that is all. I will not learn English with any other sources. I will only learn English with Friends for 6 months, and that will be all. And this is what I did. So basically, I wasn't thinking about like what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I knew that for the next 6 months, every single day, I was gonna practice, I was gonna learn English with Friends, and I didn't have to think about my study plan. Okay, the other thing is, speaking of study plan, don't give yourself tasks, like, don't make those list of boxes where, I will have my breakfast and I will practice with Friends, I will do shadowing. Don't do that. This is so boring. That kills the vibe. That kills your mood. That kills your motivation. That kills your passion. That kills the excitement. When you see this process as a task, you start to approach this learning English process as a task, then you will end up giving up, or you will end up getting bored. In my mindset, I'm like, Arsen, you will learn English with Friends for the next 6 months, and it will be all. You have your sources here, you have your scripts here, and that is all. Every single day, I will practice with scripts as much as I possibly can for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and that will be it. That is all. Keep it simple. Your learning English process needs to be simple. Just keep it simple. That is all I wanted to say in this video. As of next video, we will keep vlogging. I will keep vlogging, and I will keep practicing, and I will keep documenting my English learning process. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Never stop, keep practicing.